Hello everybody, I'm going to show you today how to find your lands, your accurate true lands in your barrel by removing your action and seating your bullet extremely long in your case. Look what I have right here, way on out there. This is a custom chamber. It is the 7 PRCW cut with a Manson reamer. I've got Lapua 6.5 PRC brass Berger 180 hybrid 7mm bullets. This is a dummy round. There's no primer in here. I've just got it seated way long. I'm going to remove this action from this barrel and show you how to go from there, what we need to do. I'll tell you a little bit about this barreled action setup. This is a Zermatt TL3. It is a right bolt, left port. Got a TriggerTech diamond trigger, Brooks 1 9 twist barrel. I've got a Eric Cortina tuner, V2 tuner on the end here. This started off with a 33-inch blank, finished 32 inches. Colonel Billy Stevens Accuracy is the gunsmith on this build. Great work by him. So I'll be right back and show you how we first of all remove the action from the barrel. Okay, we're going ahead and flip this barrel over and we will remove the tuner off of the end of it here. Camera, so you can see it's nothing elaborate. It's a simple twist off. It has a spring in there. It keeps from the backlash under recoil of it moving, so there's no set screws or nothing like that. It's just a tension spring here that holds that. It sits down in here and just threads on. Strap to the muzzle. So set that aside, and we will begin to place this. I'm not going to remove the trigger. There's no need in it. We'll place it in the barrel vise. We will wrap it just to protect it because
these magnums are under.
As close to the breech end as I can. I think it does better instead of doing it halfway down the barrel. You've got more leverage back here too. Wrap this. That place, take the barrel vise top, keep that paper down good and tight, and I will one by one start to run these down, then we'll throw a little elbow wrench to them. Snug down tight. You can do it, put your back into it. That's what they say. We'll grab another wrench. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I had to grab another wrench because I'm gonna put on like this to get a little more leverage on tightening this down. You want this really, really tight so that the barrel doesn't slip when you go to break the torque on the action. So I'll put a little extra oomph into it. We'll see. Shouldn't slip. Here we go. We'll remove the bolt. Set that aside. We're going to use this action wrench by Zermatt. It's got all the specs on here too for like shouldered barrels, like your common 223 308 style, 75 to 85 foot-pounds. Magnums, 100 to 120 foot-pounds, barrel nuts, 40 to 70 foot-pounds. So these are slotted. This action wrench is for the raceway to go down through there, same as what your bolt would be. You would have a ejector that this slides down so that bypasses so it doesn't hit your ejector. I've removed the ejector from this so we don't have an ejector in this action. Mainly just because of the discipline that I'm doing. I don't need an ejector because I'm going to single feed it in, single feed it out as I shoot. So I need a 7/8 socket that goes back here. Now putting this on, this will be the reverse method, and we'll use a torque wrench. Whenever we torque this action back on, I'll do a video on torquing it back down. For now, we just need a strong arm or breaker bar, wherever you're at in the United States as to how correct you are as to what this is called. But strong arm, breaker bar, whatever you want to call it. This is what we're using to break the torque off of this barreled action. And just like that, it broke loose. So quickly move that, pull your action wrench out. Now I can by hand unthread this action. And when you're building these and you're putting them together, you use go, no-go gauges. That ensures your headspace is correct. That way your gunsmith has probably done his job. Mine did. It's all been confirmed, double checked. So whenever I put this back together, I won't have to do it. I can for the purpose of the video, those that want to see it done. But here's the action removed. And just to the side, now we've got a barrel. So now I can take this back apart and get it off, and I'll show you how we check for our lands. I'm gonna remove it out of here and put it in this vise and stand it up, and you'll see in the video. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. I've got the barrel over in this vise with muzzle down and the breech end up. So here is a piece of virgin brass, no primer, empty. It's not had anything done at all whatsoever. It fits this chamber, and you'll see how low it goes down in there. And if you listen, you can hear it. It's freely. It's just done in there. There's no resistance on it at all whatsoever. So now we take this one that's seated out. So this has been necked up. This is a 6.5 PRC Lapua that's been necked up to 7mm, and it's Berger 180 hybrid bullet. As you can see, whenever we put this down in there, see how far that's sticking up? That's because the ogive of the bullet is actually touching the lands. It's resting there on right now. So what we're going to do is little by little seat this bullet in until we get to where it just touches the lands. then we'll measure it. Then we'll have a reference to know where our lands is from a brand new 0 round barrel. Then we know where to start our jump when we start to do our load development. So we'll go from touching the lands to off of the lands. So it'll have a jump. My goal, I'm going to start with a 20 thousandths jump, and then during my load development, I'll start tuning and increasing in 3 thousandths increments on my jump till I find a good window that the bullet is happy and I get good results on paper. So go to the bench and we will seat the bullet and go from there. Okay, we're over at the bench. I have a Forster micro seating die. This is a 7 PRC micro seating die we'll be using. So we're currently set up exactly 0 on here. This has little increments to where I can go in thou increments to bump this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 20 thou increments from here to there each time until I get close, and then we'll cut it down into 10s and 5s and 1s or whatever we need to get to where we meet that. And I'm not going to bore you with all of those. I'm going to show you how to do the first one here, and then we'll get back down to where we're doing smaller changes. So I'm going to move this 20 thousandths. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20. I know it's going to be a lot just by looking over there. It's probably going to be somewhere around 100 thousandths that it's too long, that it needs to be down. And I can show you just for reference of a projectile outside of the case, just so you know where we're starting at as to how much is in the neck and how much is not, or how much is in the case and how much is not. If you can see off of that, you can get a rough idea of where we're at right now. So go from there. So I've moved it down 20 thousandths. So I'll put this in and we'll seat this. Spin, spin. I don't know, I've always done that. Spin, it's a mental thing, and I've learned in reloading, if it's mentally correct, a lot of times it helps you perform a lot better. So let's go back to the barrel and we'll see where we're at. All right, here we are with our projectile that we just seated 20 thousandths deeper than where we were. So let's see where we are now. Oh yeah, that took us down quite a bit in relation. So let's do another 20 and we'll go from there. I'll be right back. All right, I just took it another 20, so we've moved it 40 thousandths so far. So let's see where we're at now. Yeah, I can still feel it. It's hung right there. Yep, it's grabbing. So we still need to move another 20 thousandths, but just for reference, we're all on the same page right here again. No projectile in it. So you see where it falls down in there. Let me see if I can get this. Let me 1 second. Let me take this down here just so you can see. You can see there how close, if that'll focus in for you. You can see where it's at, and then we'll drop this one in. Well, I'm not going to drop it, but ease this one down in here to where you can see we still got a little ways to go before it's there. But you can feel, when you're doing this at home, you'll feel the resistance of the bullet trying to stick in the lands. So I'll be right back. All right. So far, I have moved this a total of 80 thousandths from where we began. So see where we are now. I know we're going to be getting a lot closer off the jumps. So, oh yeah. I am probably going to have to start going in 10 thousandths. Looking at this, it's hard to really tell, but the increments that we've jumped where we are, we're probably close to 20 thousandths away. I'm afraid that a 20 thousandths jump might would put us over. So I'm gonna do a 10 and a 5 and then go down from there and see where we're at. But I won't bore you with it, but we'll see where we're at, ending result, and we'll do a comparison at the end of the projectile and the cartridge, seating depth, all that, using the comparator tools. We'll go from there. Okay, I think I've finally got our lands found, going by feel. Go back to the beginning of the empty piece of brass. It's in there, falls down. I'm gonna drop this one quite as hard, but you get the same overall aspect of it. What happens if you drop it real hard? The inertia from it will actually let the bullet slip inside the neck if there's not enough neck tension. And going by my mandrel, I mandreled this out. There should only be about 2,000 neck tension. So here we are. Drop that in. See there how far up I am, and I can grab it and pull it out. There is just the slightest ever little resistance to it. So it could probably go maybe a thou more. Not much. I mean, it's just barely touching it. So I'm quite happy with where that's at, the call of my lands. So here we are, and we'll see where we're at, where we started. Whenever we started this, it was 2.645. So we'll see where we're at now. Zero out calipers. This is just a comparator set. It's a Hornady, not nothing spectacular or amazing at all. So looking at 2.542. So 2.542, 2.645. 103 thousandths is what we've moved it back from seating it long. I'll grab a projectile real quick and we'll compare what 100 thousandths looks different from the beginning to the end of where we were. Okay, here we are with our dummy round that's seated to our lands. What we need here is just a projectile outside, same one we used a while ago, to see in comparison as to how far in. You can see where it's, I don't know, what, about halfway from the neck shoulder junction to the body shoulder junction, something like that. My hands slip away right there. Somewhere in that general neighborhood, I guess. Pretty sure that when we started this whole shebang, that the base of the bullet was somewhere around the neck shoulder junction. So we moved it down into about somewhere into here on the case. So now we know where our lands are. So I got this dummy round. Probably keep this for starter. Then I'll know I can keep round count and see, like, every 100, every 500 rounds, how much throat erosion my barrel has. Because as you shoot and throat erosion happens, your lands are going to move further and further away from projectile. So your jump is going to increase and increase and increase. So just a general rule of thumb to keep track of it. I don't know, we'll see. May do a follow-up video after we've shot 500 rounds, 1,000 rounds, something like that. Let me know. We'll keep track of it and go from there. And this is just one way to find your lands, probably the most accurate way to find your lands. There are other ways of doing it. You can do this with it mated. Pull your firing pin out with your action mate to your barrel. Pull your firing pin out, and just, you'll go by feel of closing your bolt. You'll know whenever it's not touching. It's accurate. Not my preferred method or way to do it versus this. And then also you can buy like Hornady makes an overall length gauge where you can remove your bolt out. You put on a threaded piece of brass, and there's a rod that goes through that you control on the back that pushes the bullet out. You can wedge it, and I've done that a bunch, and you can measure 10 times and get 10 different readings. It's in the ballpark area that'll get you close to go, but you'll not get a true reading like you will off of this. And like I said, you'll feel it whenever you do this. You'll feel it. You'll know what no projectile in the case feels like going in there versus one with the projectile in the case. I mean, you can even tap it right there and feel it, and you'll feel like, I mean, that's it. That's what we want right there. So we found our lands, and until next time, see ya.